Hey everybody, and welcome to the first ever episode of Cathlist. I'm your host, Pete Burak, and since today is the feast of John Bosco, I think it's fitting to jump right in and talk about Bosco.
I love Bosco, it's rich in chocolate tea. Chocolate flavored Bosco is mighty good for me.
Did you know that John Bosco began his ministry of working with children by learning how to juggle and do magic tricks to attract their attention? Once they were interested, he would begin teaching them the faith and then take them to Mass. That's the first of 7 facts I have for you about St. John Bosco we'll be discussing today. In 1867, Pope Pius IX was upset with John Bosco because he wasn't taking his dream seriously enough. Because who does, really? I mean, seriously though. Pius was upset because 9 years earlier, he had learned that John had been having these dreams since he was a child. I'm pretty sure God isn't doing this in my life, because if he is, I'll be able to fly any day now. Anyway, Pius IX ordered John to write down those dreams since he saw them more like visions and prophecies critical to John's ministry and inspiration for the children he was serving. John obeyed the Pope's wishes and recorded his dreams in a journal, basically becoming a hipster before hipsters happened. After hearing one of John's visions, 2 priest acquaintances of his tried to commit him to an institution for the mentally ill. They were planning to trick him into coming with them in a carriage, but he got wind of their plan and insisted they entered into the carriage ahead of him. Here, please, you go first. When they sat down, he slammed the door and shouted at the driver, "Ha, got you, suckers!" Actually, he didn't say that. What he said is, "To the mental hospital, quick! They are waiting for them." When they arrived at the hospital, the doctors wouldn't let them leave until the hospital chaplain intervened. John Bosco founded the Silesian Society, originally established as an organization of priests and brothers named after St. Francis de Sales. The goal of the Silesians was to promote kindness and simple spirituality. In 1875, John Bosco began to publish the Silesian Bulletin to connect the various members and supporters around the world. The bulletin is still being published today, currently in 50 different countries and 30 languages. Its most popular features are the hidden pictures and Goofus and Gallant lessons. Wait, what? Sorry, Iris is telling me that those are features in highlights, not the bulletin. John Bosco developed teaching methods based on love rather than punishment, a method that became known as the Silesian Preventative system. Modern psychological research has indirectly validated this approach with a variety of studies showing that overall people respond better to positive reinforcements for desirable behavior rather than punishments for undesirable behavior. Meanwhile, your uncle probably still goes around telling about how the schools are gone soft, and when he was in school, the yuns used to crack his knuckles with a ruler when he wasn't paying attention. Apparently your uncle is from Brooklyn with a really bad accent. John Bosco began sheltering orphans in May of 1847 when he first gave shelter to a young boy from Valencia. At the time, John was renting 3 rooms in the slums of Bosco in Turin, Italy, and he and his mother began taking in orphans, and by 1852 they were sheltering 36 boys. That number rapidly expanded, reaching 600 by 1861. This does not mean you'll become a saint by living in your parents' basement. It's probably time to get your own place now, Tyler, don't you think? Because of his juggling and magic tricks, John Bosco has become the patron saint of illusionists. And in 2002, Silesian priest Silvio Mentelli petitioned Pope John Paul II to formally declare St. John Bosco the patron of stage magicians. The story goes further than that, though, and that brings us to our final fact of the episode. Catholic stage magicians who practice gospel magic often venerate St. John Bosco by offering free magic shows to underprivileged children on his feast day. Gospel magic, which it sounds like something we made up, is basically just standard magic used as a vehicle for promoting Christian messages. And yes, because I know you're wondering, there is a Jewish version, Torah magic. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching Cathlist. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and check out the related links below. To learn more about Ave Maria Radio, click here, and click here if you'd like to learn about the young adult outreach I direct. I'm Pete Burak, and I will see you next week. God bless. Became known as the Silesian Preventative system. Okay. Voldodoco in Turin, Italy. That's probably not how you say it. Voldoco, that sounds better. Voldodoco, I've come to suck your blood. Valencia. The story goes further than that, though, and that brings us to our final act of the episode. Sorry.